These papers. Garbage. This picture of your wife. Pure garbage.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi!
Today we want to talk to you a little bit about things that you could sell around your house that you don't need anymore. We're going to tell you about some of the platforms that we use, some of the different tricks to get more sales, and also some of the things that we've learned along the way and how we made more than $3,700 in 90 days just selling stuff around the house.
If you're new to this channel, we are Peter and Lisa Kim, and we post weekly about things that we like, products that we like, that we've tried before, food that we've had before, giving you reviews of all the best things.
For the best value.
Since pandemic, we've been working from home full time, and we're just surrounded by all of our things in our house. And we decided to declutter a lot of things and start to sell things. We even inherited some items that our friends had because they know that we are avid sellers. And we've learned that actually we are very happy with just the simple things in life. So we actually don't need that many things.
And we don't have a ton of space here, and it just really helps to have less.
Yeah, and I also feel like decluttering your home and your surrounding also helps you declutter your mind and helps you focus in whatever work you're doing or just in everyday life. Since the pandemic, we've donated 9 bags of clothes and shoes.
That was a crazy day. We loaded up the car with 9 bags. The entire car was filled with bags and bags and bags of stuff, and we donated it to the Salvation Army in Alhambra down the street, and it was great. We cleared out a lot of space, and we finally had room in our dresser drawers.
Yeah, and things that we didn't donate are things that we were able to sell, and we were able to sell all of it on either different platforms like eBay, OfferUp, or Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, that's also the great thing. The things that you think nobody would ever buy, you'd be amazed at what they actually spend and how much money you can make off of it. We'll get into that in a little bit. So tip number 1 is really simple, and that's just to start selling. I know it might sound like a big, huge task, but a lot of these things can be done in about 5 minutes. You can get your eBay listing up in about 5 minutes. It's made extremely easy to do on your mobile app now. You can just take a photo, set it up, put your listing up, and you're done. And the same goes for OfferUp as well, and same as Facebook Marketplace. So the time is now to start doing this because it's been as easy as it's ever been, and it's fun. And then once you start making your first sale, then you realize that you can start doing a little bit more things such as researching and other things to help boost your sales basically, which we'll get into in step number 2.
Step number 2, do a little bit of research. You can look at other postings on what other people have sold your similar item for, so you can gauge what you should price your item for. On eBay, you can do that easily by using the filter, by filtering by sold as. And that is one of the most useful tips that I've learned, and I learned that from Peter. So that also helps you compete easily with your competitors. You can either lowball them a little bit, and so you can make sure you can sell yours, or you can make a little bit more profit by selling it a little bit higher.
Yeah, the other thing is, like, if you're just somebody that wants to get rid of this stuff, just list it. You'll be able to sell it if you just sell it for really cheap, and somebody will get a great deal. I think it's kind of a win-win.
The items that we sell a lot are clothing. You can do grab bags of clothing that you have, like for example, athletic clothing that are all similar in sizing and also similar in theme. And people really like that on eBay and on OfferUp.
Yeah, and one surprising thing is that used shoes sell pretty well. We sold a ton of pairs of used shoes, like your Rothy shoes. We sold those for $100 pretty much, and she only wore it 2 or 3 times. It was still in really good shape. Sneakers, of course, running shoes. I sell all of my old running shoes, and I make sure in the listing I say that these have been ran 300 to 400 miles in, and I only recommend them for walking, and I sell those for a lot cheaper. just because I don't think people should be running in them, but at the same time I need to buy new running shoes because I put in anywhere between 800 to 1,000 miles a year, which translates to 3 to 4 pairs each year. And I won't have to keep them around because I can sell them off. So it's really like a win-win when you sell these things off and somebody else gets a great deal.
Another thing that also retains really good value are Apple products.
Yeah. So this is something that I've also been a fan of since I was, I don't know, in middle school when I got my first Mac. Ever since then, I've been kind of a chump, and I buy Mac products all the time. We have our Mac Pro, we have our iPad Pro, we have MacBook Air, we have our Apple Watches.
Apple Watches, iPhone.
Apple TV. Yeah, I'm particularly a sucker when it comes to Apple products, but these things retain their value extremely well. So what I've been doing recently is I've been upgrading all of my hardware and to the latest versions. For example, I bought my MacBook Air 2020 version, and I recently purchased the new M1, which came out a couple months later. And I fixed up the MacBook Air earlier this year. I purchased it with a couple of the broken keys. I got it under warranty and I sent it to Apple. They fixed it for free, and I'm gonna sell it back after I set up my new Mac. So it's a really good way just to get new hardware, and it's something that retains its value really well, and every time a new one comes out, you can get a new product. It just takes a little bit of work, and if you're really handy, you can buy broken products and fix those up, but that's something else. But don't let your old hardware sit around collecting dust. It still retains value even years later.
Some of the things that I mentioned earlier that we inherited are dolls and plushies. Some of the items that I found that really popular out there are like Hello Kitty dolls and Disney or Sanrio type dolls. As long as they are pretty clean and they have the tag, it sells really well, especially during like the holiday season and also Valentine's Day. Like all those like different holidays, they sell really well. And I think I sold majority of them during the holiday season, and people are just buying them for like fraction of the normal price that they would get at the store if it were new, and giving them as gifts. And I think that's a great idea to save money and great way to make someone happy. And then also like things that you can't sell, like just donate them. And we had someone in our neighborhood who was taking donations to take to Mexico to send off to the children in her mom's neighborhood, and I think that's a really great idea too. So reach out to your nearby Facebook groups in your city. There's always people that are accepting donations. Something that we've decluttered a lot from our house is furniture. I've decluttered like entryway tables, chairs, and mirrors that, you know, I don't really use, and they're just taking up space in our place. And so, you know, instead of just throwing it out on the curb, they're still really good. So I just listed them on Facebook Marketplace. I feel like Facebook Marketplace is one of the best places to list furniture. People are always like looking for new furniture to add to their homes, especially now when they're just sitting around at home. They feel like they want to decorate more. So I've decluttered a lot of furniture during the pandemic, and they've all been very responsive. They just come by our place and they just pick it up and they pay in cash, and that's super easy.
Not only furniture, but also household items. For example, we've sold 2 different vacuums. We used to have the one that was corded. It was a Bissell vacuum. Somebody bought that for 20 bucks. They came by and was like, I just need a vacuum. So we gave it to them for 20 bucks. Another one was that we bought a cordless vacuum because we hate the corded vacuum, and we bought that for 100 bucks, and we ended up selling it on eBay during the holidays. Somebody ended up buying it for 100 bucks, so we ended up getting for free, using it for about 6 months for free, because we upgraded to a Dyson. We recommend a Dyson. Yeah, and also we upgraded in terms of our exercise equipment. Since we're staying at home so much, we bought a treadmill, which means that we didn't need the exercise glider anymore, and somebody bought that for $50. So we were able to upgrade our equipment and sell off our old stuff. The best one, I think, which was my favorite, is being able to, I purchased a bike because I just needed to get around because I was renting out my car, and the bike cost me $25. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace. It was good enough to get around from place to place, but eventually I didn't want it anymore because we were trying to get rid of space to create more space in the garage, and I ended up selling it on OfferUp for $50. So I doubled the amount that I had, and I used it for almost a year. And the funny thing was, the tires were flat and they didn't care. They just said, all right, I'll take it for $50. And I probably could have sold it for more, but I didn't really care at that point, which was a huge come up.
I feel like household things, furniture, bikes, exercise equipment, they all retain value really well. So people are always looking to buy that stuff. Some of the things that we learned to make sure our posting, it grabs the buyer's attention is to be as descriptive as possible in your listing. And also posting great photos that are clear, and also add as much dimension and to add as much measurements as possible so the buyer can see what they're actually buying and know the dimension.
Another thing that you can do is to take the photos and also remove the background. eBay makes it really easy to do that, or you can use an external tool like remove.bg, and that'll really make your listing stand out, because a lot of the professional photos and the professional listings have it where it's just the item with a white background, and you can do that easily now through additional tools or straight through the eBay platform.
Also, for Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp, it's always best to do local meetup. That is the best way to maximize your profit, as OfferUp and Facebook Marketplace, they take commission. But when you're doing meetups, always make sure you're choosing a public space like Starbucks or McDonald's to meet up with your other person, so it's safe.
Another thing is, a lot of people, sometimes I feel like when I first started using OfferUp, would ask if they could have your phone number, but make sure that they don't, because they just really want to take your phone number and probably sell it or something else. So just make sure that you deal with everything in-app only. Lastly, we love supporting the USPS. We think that it's a great service, and the mail carriers and the people who work at the post office work extremely hard, so we always show our love to them, and we try to ship with them as often as possible. So the listing time and all of that to the time that you sell your item isn't very long, and it really doesn't take that long to do. And once you do this, you'll be able to get better at this, and you'll be able to make as much money as we did, or hopefully even more.
Yeah, so don't throw away, try to sell. And then if you can't sell, donate.
Exactly.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video and thought this was helpful. Let us know if you have any questions, and we can try to help you as well. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!